Hi, this is Jeff Haas with Perpetual Motion Studios. Today we're going to be talking about animation walk cycles. Now, if you've ever watched an episode of SpongeBob or The Flintstones or, heaven forbid, Scratch and Sniff, there are going to be times when the characters are going to be doing something on screen where they are walking during the scene. A walk cycle can be created so that you can reuse the same number of drawings over and over again for as long as you need the character to continue walking in your scene. Walk cycles are designed so that the last drawing in the cycle will then match up around the first drawing, so then you can repeat the drawings over and over again. So I've got Toon Boom here, and I've got Sniff loaded. Now this is a 16 frame walk cycle. I produce animation at 24 frames per second. Scratch and Sniff being hand-drawn. Now that doesn't necessarily mean I have 24 drawings per second. There are 24 frames. Normally for Scratch and Sniff and a lot of hand-drawn animation, you can actually hold the drawings for 2 frames. That's called animating on twos. Because for most action in hand-drawn animation, it's not necessary to go to the extensive work of creating a new drawing for every frame. So I've got Sniff here, and as you can see, I can cycle through each of the 8 drawings. And again, holding each drawing twice means the 8 drawings will become 16 frames of animation. So if I run this cycle, you can see that I've got Sniff walking now, courtesy of 8 drawings. Now, for computer animation, you also can have a walk cycle, but the process is a little different. Instead of hand drawing the character, you're starting with a character, which is basically a digital puppet, and instead of doing individual drawings, I'm posing the digital puppet much like you would do in stop motion. So here I've got TikTok, and again I have created a 16 frame walk cycle. So I set the keyframe at the beginning of the cycle to this position. I then jump forward 2 frames, and you see how I've lifted his leg up. That's the height of the walk cycle, and advance another 2 frames to put it down. The computer will act as my in-between artist and move the puppet between the keyframes that I set. So stepping through the walk cycle, you see I've got these different positions, and I end up with a 16 frame walk cycle. And just as in hand-drawn, the last frame of the walk cycle in CG will then circle back and match up with the beginning of the walk cycle. So now if we look at the final product side by side, you can see the walk cycle in hand-drawn with Sniff, as well as the 16 frame walk cycle of TikTok on the right. Just 2 different ways of accomplishing the same general idea, one with hand-drawn animation, the other with computer animation. So that's all I've got for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.